So, welcome to the second session of Engineering Ethics students, unit number 2, coming under 19 MC 801 Professional Ethics. So, in the previous session, we had discussed about scope of engineering ethics and senses in connection with engineering ethics, and third one, moral issues pertaining to engineering ethics. The last one, types of inquiries, namely normative inquiry, factual inquiry, and conceptual inquiry. And we also gone through the detailed involved in that. In continuation with that, we are going to see in this session about moral dilemma, steps to solve moral dilemma, and then moral autonomy. In the next session, we are going to see about moral development theories. So, in order to know what is moral dilemma, we need to recall what are all the issues that we have taken. So, if you are going for moral issues, naturally dilemma comes into the picture. So, we'll see what is actually moral dilemma and what is the involvement of moral autonomy in that. So, you can see one picture is popping out into your window. That picture shows a train and some people are standing in to the right and the left of the track. There are two tracks. So one on the right, only one person is standing, the other on the left, so many persons are standing. So there is also another person who is having the control of the lever. So on simply seeing this, the lever, the person who holds the lever will divert the train to the right hand side so that he can save the many at the cost of one. But if you go for another situation where the one who is in the right hand side know that the track that he is standing is unused, then he may be made wrong because of the a simple perception. So these types of situation comes in our daily life. So dilemmas are the situations in which there are three factors involved. One, moral reasons come into conflict. Next one, moral values or problems. The next one, not clear of immediate choices or solutions of the problems. So moral reasons could be rights, duties, goods or obligations. For example, a person promised to meet a friend and dine, but he has to help his uncle who is involved in accident. So there comes the priority. So fixing of priority is so important in getting the solution for moral dilemma. So we'll move on to the difficulties in arriving solutions to the moral dilemma. There are three complex situations leading to moral dilemmas. Those are the problem of vagueness, the problem of conflicting reasons, then the problem of disagreement. So if you overcome all these three problems, we have we will come we will derive and achieve the ethical decision making model. So one such model is being depicted in our screen. There it involves, there are so many factors taken to understand this ethical decision model making model. See, alternate actions can be arrived by considering the involvement of the stakeholder, the decision makers, then the context and the facts involved. So based on that, alternate action evaluation and picking the optimal choice happens. So in such manner, if you go to find steps to solve this dilemma, we have these steps being listed. So identification of moral factors and reasons. The first step, collection of all informations, data pertaining to that. Next step, ranking. Third step, generate alternate course of action. Fourth step, discussion. Fifth step, deciding. Sixth step, and satisfaction. If it is satisfying, proceed. If it is not, proceed to the first step 1. So this is about the steps involved in making dilemma into a conclusion. So after taking these steps, you will come to know we need an important quality to get out of this dilemma. That quality is moral autonomy. We'll understand what is moral autonomy. A figure is being popping out in your screen. You can closely go to that screen where it speaks about the individual moral autonomy. See, for example, we have democratic rights, liberal education, then freedom in sex, marriage, and family planning, adult discussion through the mass media. These are all the factors taken to assess and to perceive this moral autonomy. So we will see what all the things available in moral autonomy. See, for example, moral autonomy can be defined as decisions, actions exercised on the basis of moral concern for other people and recognition of good moral reasons. Alternatively, moral autonomy means self determinant or independent. So, the autonomous people hold moral beliefs and attitudes based on their critical reflection rather than on passive adoption of conventions of the society or profession. So, this moral autonomy was taken to understand the state of being in dilemma or not in dilemma. So, if you are very stable, then you can have moral autonomy. May also be defined as skill and habit of thinking rationally about ethical issues on the basis of moral concern. So, next we'll have the engineering skills related to this autonomy. The number one skill is proficiency. So we need to be proficient in recognizing moral problems in engineering and ability to distinguish. Then skill of comprehending, so clarifying, that is defending, arguing. If you don't have the knowledge, you cannot argue. So you must have the knowledge of any particular area that you are taking care. Then we have the third one, the ability to form, understand this comprehension through facts. And the fourth one, we have awareness of alternate responses. So you must aware about alternate responses. Then we have the fifth one, the toleration, which means sensitivity to genuine difficulties and subtleties, including willingness to undergo and tolerate. So some uncertainty while making decisions will be taken into consideration. So these are all the skills required to understand and to assess your autonomy, which means self-determination. So if you are self-determined, this dilemma can be easily sorted out. So that is for this session, students. Thank you.